my goodness. Apologies for the late start. We had things that we had to do. Stuff and things, very important. So hello, we're doing food on stream again. Oops. Oh, that's hot. Okay. How do you, Floof? I'm good. I'm doing good. We went out. We were out grocery shopping. Oh yeah. Can't eat food if I don't have food, so we had to go out and get some. There are people coming over because it is a bank holiday, but bank holidays mean nothing to me in the algorithm. So I am still here streaming. Yeah, for last minute things of being decided like the day before. That stuff over there. How is everybody doing today? How are you all? Who is partaking in a bank holiday and who is not? Bank holiday. You doing anything, or are you just taking it easy? Because my god, the shops were busy. Apparently everybody decided to do their grocery shopping on a bank holiday. Working as usual next Monday, I'm off, however. Neat! I woke up at 11. Wow, you woke up after me! That never happens. I woke up at 9:30, which is still pretty late. In comparison to most people. Roma cheese is good. 9:30 is a fairly normal time for me to wake up. Oh. My excuse is simple. I usually wake up at 6. I wasn't asking for an excuse. You're totally valid to wake up at 11 on your day off. We can't all be like Spook, who wakes up at 4 and thus considers 7 AM a lion. These are surprisingly good for off-brand crisps. If I don't have anything planned, I can sleep 10 to 12 hours straight. Oh, that's me. That's me. Even with plans, I can sleep 10 to 12 hours straight. Nice on the catch. Okay. Well. This has been a very snacky lunch. Because there is the potential for more food. Because when there's people coming round, the subject of snacks is often on the table. I live off 4 to 6 a day. Oh, that's awful. That is terrible. The recommended average is 8. My brain saw GW and thought you meant Guild Wars. I've really shown that all the bugs and the NIDs are going on pre-order, and they won the little NID versus Marine campaign, so they get all the releases early. Fair enough. Oh god, my watch is low on charge. Ugh, such a millennial problem. My watch is going flat. I have to charge my watch. The Guild Wars squad has been active lately and it is so much fun. Yeah, that sounds about right, looking at my phone. "1 a.m. to 9 a.m. and you would go, huh, that's 8 hours sleep, right? And then you look at my sleep breakdown. It's like, no, bitch, you did not get 8 hours sleep because you were tossing and turning. Disrupted sleep. It's so funny to look at the sleep breakdown and literally see your start time and your end time. And it's like, well, if you did the math, that would mean you got 8 hours sleep. But when it does the breakdown, it's like, no, you didn't get 8 hours sleep. Old people used to charge their watch by turning a dial. I know that. Not exactly charging, is it? It's winding. Building up the clockwork. Okay, let's plug that in. It's not like I'm going to be doing any exercise. I normally put it on charge every time I go shower, but I've gotten bad at remembering to do that. That's on charge. Okay, I need to wash my hands because they're now covered in crisp crumbs and grease. And I'm probably going to go grab a biscuit from downstairs. I'll be right back. To the kitchen! Da-da-da-da. tea. And downstairs, and he'd made me a cup of tea, bless him. Right, I'm gonna do something very cheeky here, even though we should be doing this. I saw that what you said, Core, about the Ethereum mine, so I'm gonna very quickly empty that. So hi, you're gonna hear Guild Wars sounds in the background. We're putting power into a closed system, so charging is technically correct. Well, if you're gonna be technical about it, Jesus. Excuse me. Yes, we have been leveling our guild hall. We have a guild hall at last, and we are leveling it. Everybody is unleashing their years of hoarded materials to get this guild hall leveled up. Okay, let's have a look-see. Alright, what is it I'm leveling up? Is it the tavern or the mine? Yeah, I'm not going to show this on stream because this isn't what we're doing today. I'm just going to do it very quickly.
What are you up to?
What upgrades are available? Mine excavation. 500. Approve upgrade. There we go. Ethereum capacity increased. We now can have 1,500 Ethereum. Our guild is level 5. And I believe that the next thing we're upgrading is the workshop because we didn't have enough Ethereum. Yeah, the Ethereum wants 1,000, the workshop wants 1,500, which we now can get from our mine because our mine capacity has been upgraded. Because we already got all the materials for the workshop. And then I believe it's back to the silver waste shovel grind again to upgrade the mine again. What upgrades are available for the tavern? That needs choir bells, so we're not doing that. It also requires level 8, so we're not doing that. That requires level 9. So we're not upgrading the tavern for a while. Yeah, so we just need the Ethereum to generate for like a day. Was that how long it was? It was literally like 24 hours was how long it would take to generate the Ethereum we needed. 1,500 minutes to hours. Yeah, 25 hours. So this time tomorrow we can check back and make the workshop. And then we've got to grind the plant dragon. Yes! That's a fun event if you've never done it. That's another one of those, it is a meta event, so I believe you can, that's one of those ones where you want to keep an eye on the timer. Event timers. Because, the Silver Waste doesn't have a timer, I think, but Dragon's Stand, yeah, Dragon's Stand has a timer, advancing on light towers, so you can, like, schedule it, basically. And then I thought I was never going to get my Heart of Thorns masteries leveled up, because I was done with Heart of Thorns. Because Heart of Thorns masteries take a while to level up. I'm glad that they sped it up in future ones. I got 29 mastery points, but I just don't have the XP. Maybe I'll finally get ley line gliding. Ooh, that'd be neat. Anyway, that's that done. There you go. Did that job for you. In fact, I'll post in the Guild Wars chat to say I did it. Gaming. Done. Needs another. Needs 2 hours to generate 2 wax now. Then we can workshop. was thinking of picking up the Maguma teleport deal. That's up to you, bud. You know, up until now, there was not really a lot of reason for you to go to Maguma. But if we're going to be regularly grinding Maguma stuff, then, you know, it's up to you at the end of the day. Okay, time to actually open some programs. Okay, let's Blender files, assets. Nope, that's different. Rex HD, arm warmers. Ironically, I think this is incorrectly named. Right. Stream manager. I'm going to change into art now. Okay. Category changed. There we go. Off-brand penguin bar. This is a seal bar instead. It's in the queue behind other things like the Fluff Griffin. Yeah. Well, the Fluff Griffin, you've got to wait for it to come on rotation, unless the Maguma Teleporter is also a rotation thing. It kind of tastes like a penguin. You know what's wild? Last year they made a whole thing about the Guild Wars anniversary. Because it was the 10th. So naturally it was a big celebration. Really big celebration for the 10th. This year it's the 11th anniversary. Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's been and gone. When did Guild Wars get released? Guild Wars 2 release. What's the actual date? 28th of August. So Guild Wars anniversary is today, and there is nothing. I've literally just logged onto the game and there is nothing. Evidently they don't care about the 11th anniversary. Probably because the expansion coming out, they decided to just ignore it. That's true, they released the expansion a week before the anniversary. Bold decision. I have to check my characters for birthday gifts, yeah. I don't know if time is also a consideration. I didn't see a birthday gift on my character, but I don't know if it's a case of like, oh, your character's not technically 11 years old yet because it's not 6 o'clock in the evening or whatever. Pretty sure I had it either day one or very close to. Same. I'm pretty sure I was fairly close to day one, but I don't remember. I mean, that was 10 years ago. I was still in education, so there was, I was likely in. If it was during weekday, I would have been in class, so I wouldn't have played it until I got home. Which is why I'm like, I don't know if there's a time-based thing on it. Anyway, what are we doing? Okay, file, and we're going to increment warmers 10, and this is going to be bone removal for the sake of efficiency, because when we are exporting these gloves with the bones, we're exporting all of these bones and they don't do anything, which adds to the processing power and your limitation on the RCHAP. So now that everything is kind of done, we're going to export the quote-unquote final version of this that has the unnecessary bones removed. Welcome to your life. Okay. Edit mode. Delete bones. Delete bones. Right, we don't have any skinning to the feather bones, so we also don't need them. But I believe we are going to keep the spine because this is our root, essentially. So even though this bone isn't weighted to anything, this is our root bone, that these are all connected to. So this is our root, so we won't be deleting this. There's a room where the light won't find you, holding hands while the walls come tumbling down. When they do, I'll be right behind you. We need to create a companion. People generally don't like bones in their gloves as beside their own. This is true. You are correct. Eva Rex, open. I need to start putting things on my noteboard so that I can remember to do them. Because I just had the thought of a job that I haven't really done any steps towards, is I should try making like a gallery world in VRC to like advertise the fact I do rune textures and things like that. Everybody wants to roll up. Yeah, you see, we got like all of this. Right, and I think what I'm also going to do is I actually want to rename it. I think. That's not what I wanted to happen. Nope. If I open this up, under our gloves, yeah, we've got short gloves, which is the actual mesh. And then this is our bones. Bones, hips, bunch of stuff that is unnecessary. It's not even mapped into anything. But they still count as bones, which is why we've got here, you've got over 200 bones, because we've literally got 2 skeletons assigned to this character, which we don't need. Right, I was toying with like, oh, do I want to rename this? Do I not want to rename this? I can rename this because this file isn't going to be modifying the base Rex file. I still have that. Because this is the, like, root. And then that's this, okay. Because, yeah, that moves them. Whereas, it's the root of that. Haha, final, haha, haha, funny joke, haha, final, right, It is actually time of day for birthday gifts instead of reset. Okay, so yeah, I'm pretty sure I would have been at school in the morning, so I wouldn't have played the game until the evening if I played it on release day, because this was back before we had good computers and good internet, so it might have been a finish school, go to the shop, get the copy of the game from the shop, because I bought the physical edition, I have the CD, I still have it on my shelf. I would have taken it home to my computer, put the CD in, and then had to wait for it to install and update. And I don't know if I would have done that in one sitting back then. So it may well be that tomorrow is my character anniversary. So yeah, so we maybe we'll find out in 5 hours if there's an 11th anniversary thing. Did not mean to close that. I'm just checking stuff. Thank you for the comment on the YouTube video. Yeah, I'll be real with it. When it comes to the YouTube VODs, I like sit down for an afternoon and try to get them all done and like scheduled, and then I forget about them for a week. And they just run in the background. It seems you can use /age in Guild Wars to see your character's age. Fair enough. I'll be real. After that brief 5-minute log on I just did, I probably won't be on Guild Wars today. Because of the whole thing of I've got people coming around. While I was having breakfast this morning, I got to see Jesse playing some Guild Wars. That always makes me smile, because it just gives me nostalgia of the early days. Right, I want to rename this. Glove. Yeah, gloves. Just gloves. Save that. There. Yee. So, yeah, maybe I'll log on tomorrow morning, get the workshop built, and we'll see if I have an anniversary present. What do I feel like in half an hour or so I'm going to have somebody come upstairs and demand to cuddle my Arcanine? Archer's back, everybody! I've got Archer in the room with me. He's been released from containment, finally. I actually pulled my finger out last night and I went into the room where the loft is and I was like, I want Archer down! I want Archer back! He's ready to. I'm ready to have him in the room. And Spook Venom got him for me. Oh, for God's sake. I think the more PvP. Kind of a shame when we weren't more active in the guild back then, but it's whatever. I think the more PvP focus drew us away at that time. That's true. It was a very PvP focused at the guild in our old guild, interestingly. One sec, I need to wash my hands. Okay. Yeah, back in the day, the guild was actually fairly focused on World v World. Like, I have a lot of fond memories of World v World and the beta team. I think you were a part of the beta team, Core. Was it you, Das? I want to say maybe Robo was part of it. But yeah, that was fun. That was fun. Obviously, the game has changed a lot. Like, I don't generally like PvP, mainly because I'm not good at it. I don't consider spending 10 minutes dead on the floor to be fun, which is why I generally don't do it. Woke me up from my worst nightmare. I promised you I'd beg or I'd plead. The words you said were so fearful of me. I just scrolled through my Pokemon on the app. I've got 3 Snoms. What a wonderful day. And I don't have a single Frostmoth. New ship goes around, but we don't care for it, 'cause all that matters you don't forget. F. What are the quests? Because it's a new week. Use super effective moves, miss ground type Pokemon, catch 30 Pokemon just straight up, gives you 3 Cherish Balls. Wonder Trade a Pokemon above level 12 gives you a Wonder Trade Pass. Oh, good, good. Catch 4 Dragon-type Pokemon. I'm using a pair of magnifying glasses with a little light on them that Stacey bought, and it feels like I've unlocked a power. Nice, that's awesome. Didn't wind up in the Shibuya Guild. Oh, so no, it wouldn't have been you then. That was kind of when me and Das sort of first met and got to know each other, was the old Guild Wars days. You wanna know something, guys? When I was playing Guild Wars yesterday, in the chat, a little thing popped up for like, oh, a friend has logged on. And it said, Fish with Chip is now online. And I stared at that username for like 5 minutes. I was like, wow. 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 Do you guys even remember who that was? So now we're going to export FBX. We're going to make sure all of our FBX settings are... Oh, hang on. Before we do that, select that. Object. Clear. Rotation. Select that. Object. Apply. And transforms. Bloopy bloop! Save. Then we export... Nope, select. Export. FBX. Selected objects, armature and mesh. FBX all. Short gloves, final. Bones. I still have Kit and a guy that was, oh god, oh, I know who you're talking about. Oh, I remember that guy. It was kind of gross, honestly, actually. In hindsight, shouldn't really have hung out with a person like that. That guy was kind of gross. Yeah, I can't fully remember their name. Forgot his name, they are still playing. See, I don't think I have them on my friends list because I think it was one of those things... where I was being too polite to be mean, because that's how I am. So even though they were like a part of the guild and were always doing stuff, I was silently there just like, I don't like this person. So I don't think I ever added them as a friend. The fuck? Yeah. That was a dude. Basically, the group that we consider the core Shibuya group. You know, like the people who used to be on Minecraft, you know, like the Maywis and Omzir and things like that, and then us as well. That was like the core group. And then when Guild Wars launched, and Jesse made a guild, because Jesse was really into Guild Wars at the time, he like properly like pushed it to be like, I've got a guild, you should join it, join my TeamSpeak. So all of these people just appeared for Guild Wars. And I don't think any of them really stuck around after when the Guild Wars started to fall apart. Because one of them was Fish with Chip, is their username. I would know, probably better know them under the name Forest, who was I believe the person who pseudo ran the guild in Jesse's stead, because Jesse didn't want the pressure or responsibility of running a guild. It was his guild. It was like, I don't want to run it. I just want to have it. And play casually. So I believe he gave it to Forest, and they were the ones who ran the guild, and they were the ones in charge of it. They were the moose guy. And then, yeah, as you said, there was Kit Only Human. I recognise that. And as you say, the fat dude whose name I can't remember, he was kind of gross. Can't say that I'm gonna lose sleep over not knowing that person anymore. If anything, I meant that you reminded me that was a person I knew at one point. Pretty sure he was around before Guild Wars. Might have been. I don't know. I don't care. Sorry, I just keep checking stuff because there's things happening. Oh, they're right around the corner. Brace yourself, in 10 minutes somebody might kick my door down. If I recall, the guild was started by Kit and then passed to Jesse. There was some drama over that, apparently. There was a lot of drama back then, honestly. Glad to be free, because I remember there ended up being drama around Forest as well. Like, I believe that guild on Guild Wars still exists, but I don't think Jesse is even in it anymore. I think it just exists as its own entity. And I don't think there's anybody that we know in it anymore. It's just another guild. I was in it for a while, and then at one point I logged on and I think I'd been kicked from it. I guess probably from inactivity. Don't know. But for a very long time, before we had our own guild, the Wrecking Crew, I was still in that guild, and I still had the guild tag over my head. And I remember I logged on one day and I didn't have the guild tag anymore, and I was guildless, and I was like, well then, if it's going to be that way, I will make my own. And it was Stanji that came up with the name. Because we had we don't really say it so much anymore, but back then it was very much the thing that we would say to people of, ha, get wrecked, whenever we beat somebody, or you just own somebody. And making fun of them. You just say, ha, get wrecked. It was what we used to say. So Stanji was the one who suggested we call it the Wrecking Crew, spelling it, with an R, the way that we would in a meme, and then spelling crew in the same way that Asura spell crew, because even though none of us played Asura, that's what Asura call their little research units. They call them crews, but they're spelt with a K. It's like K-R-E-W-E. So that's why we're called the Wrecking Crew. Yeah, Guild Wars 2 Crew. Crews are a special Asuran work group or corporate task unit, usually created for a specific research project or task. Most Asuran crews are formed and dissolved freely and are governed internally by members with no oversight from the Arcane Council. The Inquest Mega Crew, that is in quotations, is the exception from this, as members can't leave the group when committed. So yeah, so we decided to call it Crew because, again, it was a pun. Wrecking Crew. It was a nice pun. I'ma wreck ya! Yes. So... Oh, there's the doorbell. Yes. But yeah, so, Sanji came up with the name, which is quite funny. And I made the logo, because I'm like, it's my guild, and I want the logo to be a dragon. And then much like the FF guild, where Curls was like, I'm gonna have Nerin be my second, I was like, I'm also gonna have Nerin be my second. Nerin is good at managing these things. I went off on one there. I got distracted. Okay. Let's delete that. Delete that. Was it in Guild Wars 2 you can link up the dances? Yes, it is. If you do /dance asterisk, it adds like a couple of seconds pause for you to try and sync up, I believe. So you can sync your emotes. Synchronizing emotes. Appending an asterisk to an emote, such as /dance, will put it in a queue which is processed every 5 seconds. This allows for multiple players to do emotes at the same time. So you have a 5-second window for everybody to type /dance asterisk, and then you all start dancing at the same time. that's a nice little note. Humans do the Australian underground hard-style dance called the Melbourne Shuffle, which is featured within the Party Rock Anthem by LMFAO. Then it's got a little note that says, if two humans synchronise their dance next to each other, they will face each other during the kick section of the dance. That's neat. Asura do the robot. Char do the hacker. I did know this. Norn do Carlton's dance from the Fresh Prince, and Silvari do the Bangra. In your house eating your food. Oh my god, we've got squatters! Release the hounds. Alright, where's the file gone? Short Gloves Final Bones. Ah. We are here. I'll turn it off. Where's plane? Short Gloves plane. Why? I'll turn it off. Okay. This is when we're not allowed nice things.
Friends are here.
I'm aware! Mwah. You smell of peanuts.
Thank you. I won't say what I was thinking because you're getting enough abuse, sir.
Thank you.
Have a nice stream.
Thanks. Jen can come up if she wants. Dog! Dog. Don't need that material because I'm using this material. Bones. So there's the root of it, and then chest. There is our root, and then that's the mesh. So we want chest. So on the VRC Fury, we need an armature link, and we're linking the chest bone to the chest bone. These bones do not have a match in the avatar list. Are there extra bones? Oh, we do.
Hello.
Hello!
I meant to interrupt.
You have?
Yes.
You're right.
Yeah, you?
Yeah, I'm good. My full usual schedule, so I've got 2 hours left.
Alright.
That's like a big one as well.
Yeah, I'll have to check. We'll bother you. We'll bother you.
I'm sure you will.
Hi, chat.
If you guys have snacks, well, when you guys have snacks.
You want about
The nachos. Oh yeah, because Spook doesn't want to be trusted with them. I got out the glass tray that I normally use for lasagna. The idea is that you can put some in, layer it with cheese, put some in, layer it with cheese, and whack them in the oven. Enjoy nachos. can come upstairs and pat my Arcanine if you want. That is a very literal statement as well. Yeah, we've got extra bones. Look it up. Far from the ones who abandoned you, chasing the love of these humans who made you feel wanted. Yeah, I thought not. These aren't weighted to anything. They're also unnecessary. That is weighted though, so that one is necessary. C'est la vie, mon ami, I'm so shiny. Just for me. Okay, so we don't need these little tip bones here. Because that is 10 extra bones being added. I don't know what these are and why they're there. Strike materials. Don't use that one. Plain. Use the plain one by default. Why? Okay, and then we go back in here and we add the VRC Fury, Armature Link, and we want the root bone to be the chest. Mapped to the chest. Okay. Da-da-da. Didn't have the gesture manager selected. I was like, why is nothing happening? That seems to be working. Alright, I saw a thing in here which was for VRC Fury again. Toggle. How do I use this to make a toggle? Pet the doggo. I'm not a dog. Menu path. Little question mark there. Menu path is where you would like the toggle to be located in the menu. This is unrelated to the menu file name. Simply enter the title you would like to use. If you'd like the toggle to be in a submenu, use slashes. For example, if you want the toggle to be called shirt in the root menu, put shirt. If you want the toggle to be called pants in a submenu called clothing, you put clothing / pants. Okay, let's try clothing / short gloves. Object toggle. And the object that we want to toggle is this. I'm learning things at the moment. Gesture manager. Okay. Expressions. Ooh, it did add it. Holy shit, it worked. Oh my god, that is so simple. What the fuck? Oh my god, that is so easy to use. Wow, I need to tell more of my friends about this add-on. Yeah, it's even turning it on and off in the hierarchy. Wow, it just works. Wow, it just works. That's awesome. Okay. Oh, cool. That's going to save me because I want to go into VR chat and do a photo shoot for these. And I kind of thought that I would because I couldn't be asked to do the whole making a toggle thing before. I was like, oh, I'll put them on, load up the test avatar, take the pictures, and then put on the other gloves, reload the test avatar. But this time I can actually do this. All canines and some cats are doggos. Maine Coon is a doggo with cat hardware. No, foxes are doggos with foxes are doggos with cat software running on doggo hardware. I know this is such a small thing, but I'm just here just like, wow, it just freaking did it. That was so easy. Oh my goodness. Actually blown away by how easy that was. Okay. The smile on my face is accurate here. I am very cute. When something works the way it's supposed to first time. For real, though! The amount of time... we've been working on these gloves for fucking ever because of the amount of problems that we have had. So for something to work first time is just... It's so good. Okay, Right, so short gloves are there, and they're actually kind of done. So now we're going to open up the long gloves. Delete these ones. Let's excuse me, exit play mode. Back to Blender. Turn that off. Turn that on. Object. Transforms. Select that. Select that. Save. File. Export. FBX. And this is Long Gloves Final _ Bones. Autofix. See, look, our bones have gone down now. Our bones have gone back down. We're not in the red anymore because we've removed all the unnecessary bones. Fisherman fishes, the baker man bakes to the bells of Notre Dame. Long Gloves Final _ Bones. The bells of Notre Dame.
Listen, and Clopin will tell you. It is a tale of a man and a monster.
Dark was the night, no appeal has begun. Near Notre Dame. Here, I did the texture for them. Oh, it's a little bit jank, which is interesting. That is not how it looked when I did the texture before. Okay, I might have to do some modifications. But yeah, and I've added in a pink one, but I've also added in a white one. But the benefit of the white one is that you can tweak the colours. So you can, technically you don't need the pink one because you can dye it pink yourself. But essentially you can dye it whatever colours you want. That was my logic behind having a white one. But yeah, something looks a little jank down here. Shading. Monster. Let's see, let's open Show in Explorer. Seen the innocent blood you have spilled on the steps of Notre Dame. Now you would add this child's blood to your guilt on the steps of Notre Dame. And lie to yourself and your minions. You can claim that you haven't a quarrel, but you never can run nor hide what you've done from the eyes, the very eyes of Notre Dame.
And for one time in his life of power.
Where are we? Okay. This edge looks a little bit jank from when I did it before.
Winds of fear for his immortal soul.
Has this got mirroring on?
Care for the child and raise it as your own.
Yes, it does.
Fool gave the child a cruel name. A name that means half-formed. Quasimodo.
Now,
Is elemental to guess if you can sing the bells of Notre Dame.
who is the monster and who is the man? entirely sure why this looks like this. Because it didn't when I did it before. Ba-ba-da. Thank you. I just pissed off a coworker by not getting my stuff out of the microwave fast enough. I'm amused by this. Jesus, how impatient can you be? Bruh, it's called a lunch break. Chill out. That's a little bit better. It's not perfect, but it's not completely jank like it looked before. That's like this sort of this jaggedness here. Like that smooths it out a bit. Okay, so what I want to do is image, and then save that image. Which looks like it has already loaded it. That looks better. Okay. Let's minimize that. Let's put the tablet to one side. Okay. So here we are now with the long gloves. So again, we now come over to VRC Fury. Armature link. And we want to link the chest to... Nope, not to the right hand, to the chest. And then we're going to add another component. Wait, can I have multiple? Oh, I can have multiple on the same? That's also very handy. Hang on. Remove component. Add toggle. Hey, you can have multiple on one. Okay. I'll have to change the other one. Right. So the option for this is I want clothing / long gloves. And I want this to be a object toggle, and I want you to toggle this object. Okay, and I'm going to delete this. Remove component. Add it to this one. Toggle. Menu path. Clothing / short. Short gloves. Add action. Object toggle. Short gloves. And while I'm at it, because I saw the option to do so, short gloves. What else can we do? I want to add another toggle. And I want to add this to I want to keep this as clothing as well. Clothing, short material, action, material. And on this object, we want the beam pad material. and on. I don't know what I'm doing right now, I will be honest. This... I feel like I need to make that 1. Actually, no, we're going to make this 1, and we're going to make... No, I should keep this in order. This is 0, but this is going to be... That is going to be bean pad. And that is going to be plain. 0. Don't know if that will have worked. We'll find out. Gesture manager. Play. Technically breakfast, so I assume lack of coffee is a factor. I like how people do genuinely... It's become okay for people to be like, oh, I'm just in a bad mood because I haven't had my coffee. Like, no, you're just in a bad mood. Clothing. Long gloves. Haha, that works. Oh, I broke. Oh no, that's material. Short glove. Material. Can't tell if that's working because I can't see the palms. Okay, the material swap isn't working. And I don't know why. Yee, that's cool though. That's neat. Okay, so they half work. So I got the material incorrect somehow, which is understandable because I don't actually know how this works. The way to know what you're doing is to not know what you're doing, if you say so. That doesn't tell me what to do. Okay, so that wants a material, and that wants an object. So I feel like I have done that correct. Add. No, that's just what I did before. That toggles the object on and off. Are they supposed to be separate? Maybe they're supposed to be separate. So add a toggle for material. And this is going to be material short, plain material, and then this is going to be clothing, spell it right, clothing, beans, material, and this is going to be the gloves, and the material that I want is short glove, plain, short glove beans. Okay. Don't know if that's necessarily the correct way to do it, but it might be a way to do it. Gesture manager. Expressions, clothing, short gloves. There's long gloves. Plain material, plain material. Nope, that still hasn't done it. Okay, I'm willing to admit that I don't know how to set this up. I got the toggle working. Okay. VRC Fury material. Swap? Question mark? VRC Fury Home. Tutorials. Components. Armature link. Toggle. Here we go. Options menu path. Default on. First pose. Yeah, menu path material. I'm looking for material. How do I make material work? Oh, a shield on. Oh, I typed that wrong. I don't know how I have such thin, tiny fingers, and yet I still manage to hit the wrong keys. It's a lack of spatial awareness, self. Other components. Nope, none of that is helpful. Linking clothes. Still doesn't have anything. I don't know if it's just because it's such a new thing that it's not like written. There's also no search function on this page, which is a bit annoying. Okay, I may have to leave this, which is fine. That's a delay. I heard you say shield on. I popped over and it was already coarse. Oof. That's mobiles for you, bud. Oh, I caught the Mighty. I have 3 Mighty Enas. I might actually trade one of my mighty hyenas. Do that later. Yeah, I don't know how this material bit is supposed to work. Like, there's a number that goes here. I don't know what that number is. Yeah, I think we're going to be leaving that. Anyway, let's see if this bit works. If this bit works, that's fine. I can toggle them on and off. And I can hop in VRC and do photos for them to put up. My goal, if you couldn't tell today, is to get these up on sale. Jesus Christ, I can't believe that's how, like making a toggle isn't too hard, but there are a lot of steps. That was so streamlined to just be like, to just go here and be like, add component, add toggle, done. I'm gonna have to show Kazoo. I have to show Chaotix because eventually at some point Chaotix still needs his coat. What I usually learn after battling Candela is that I shouldn't try to battle Candela. That's, yep. That's valor for you. Excuse me. Okay. Autofix. 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 Yeah, we're still in medium performance. Yay. Neat. I guess we'll do the build and test. Now I've got to go under my desk and plug in my headset. That was weird. I just glanced at my watch to be like, "Are you charged yet?" And it had a big thing on it to be like, "Warning, device is not charging." And I was like, "Oh shit, what's happened?" Nothing. It's just on max charge. That's all. You don't have to put a warning on it. Yeah, that's that. So this is where I'm going to be in VR for like a while, so I might change the stream category. Who's that Pokemon? Let's take the headset off. Well, take the headphones off, I should say. I'm going to be putting the headset back on. Where's my Steam? Excuse me. So take the photos, rename these, package them up, upload them, upload the photos, double check the description and the price, even though I did those ages ago. I feel like I might change the price because of how much time I spent making them, and because of inflation. Close that. Close that. Minimize that window. Yeah. You mean I don't have to struggle with 500 lines of code to put gloves on? Yeah, it's not that much, like, it's not even 500, but it's still, it's enough to be intimidating to people who don't know how to do it, whereas this plugin made it a lot more simple. Okay. Load Steam VR. Alright, where's my dashboard? Stream Manager. We're going to change category to VR chat because we might actually be in VR chat for a while. Launch game. It's so funny to see the mouse through the headset. Okay, this is gonna look so professional because it's got the bar at the top. Actually, let's do a thing. Yeah, let's add a source. We want to do this on game screen. Turn that off. That's already much better. Turn off. Turn off the face tracker. Here we go. Ta-da! VR chat stream all of a sudden now. Let's move the microphone forward, because we're doing this. This is what we're doing now. Move you forward on the desk so that you're closer. Move my chair away. You can see what I see. And yes, I see a version of myself. Because, when you're in VR chat specifically, your hands make expressions. So we have the little mirror in the bottom of the screen, so that I know that I'm making the right face. Basically. You can have that turned off. I feel like I need to move that position. Can I move the position? Let's not have you looking at a menu. Let's get the camera out. Stream camera. Hello! It's me. I am sat down on my chair. I am sat down on my chair right now, so it just looks I'm doing a Slav squat in VR apparently. Peak Blue. This is actually what Blue does. She does this little like squat. This is 100% what she does. Anyway, hello. Very done. Right. Can I get up so I can see you guys? Start with add a view. Oh god, I have so many windows open. Chat. There we go. Chat window. Floating world. Oh god, that's so big. Hang on, you don't need to be that large. That's probably good enough. Hello, Slightly More Virtual Floof. Yes, it is me. There we go. I'll pop you guys like there. Actually, I'll put you there. There you go. Since that's where the camera is. Yeah, camera lens is there. The camera lens is there. Hi. Camera view is here, so I can see what is on camera, and chat is there. So camera, chat. That's close enough. Right. Right. Okay. I'm gonna say right a lot. For a start, let's turn myself off. Let's turn myself off blue. Which, for those who play VR chat, means join me. I want do not disturb. To put myself on red. Do not disturb. I am technically working. Right, what was the other thing I was going to look for? I was going to go see if I can move that. The mirrors? Face mirror. Size. Yeah, we can decrease the face mirror. I'd like to be able to move the face mirror. That does not appear to be an option. Personal mirror, face mirror. Face mirror just on, off. Opacity. Oh, turn the opacity down a bit. Yeah, we'll turn the opacity down. So I can see the world a bit more and not just my face. I'd like to be able to put it... It's very central. It's like here in my line of view. And I can still... And I feel like it could be like here in this bottom corner. It would be nice to be able to move it, if you get me. Like if I come over, hi, hello. Hi, hello. So I would say that the UI is probably here. And I think it would be nicer if it was like here in this corner, but that's just me personally. Because like I want it in my peripheral. Like I'm not going to be staring at my face because I'm going to be talking to people. I just like having the face there so I know which expression I'm doing when I'm talking. Because not everybody is going to have a camera out all the time. Also, I don't know why one of the ear flops doesn't work. That does an ear flop. That doesn't do an ear flop. But it should. I gotta go work, I'll see you later, have fun, the crazy people eating your food. Yeah, it's fine. That's why we were out grocery shopping. We had to buy food for them to eat. Alright, we need to stand up and we need to go to a photo booth. Well, did I grab my wing? Thank you for the flowers, Core, even though my thing isn't turned on. Why is my wing doing that? That's better. That's a nice place for the wings to be in. Okay, let's have a look-see. Let's see, worlds. I think I favorited this. My worlds. Favorites. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Oh, great, I've got the hiccups. Azure Sky. Photo Studio. New instance. Invite only. Private instance. VR loading screen. VR loading screen. Oh god, it's got a music player. Hold up. Eee. That is not where the music is coming from. There we go. That's better. Oh, my camera reset. Right, this is where I need to stand up as well. I need to stand up now. Let's move the chair out the way. Careful of the arm line. Yeah, this is I'm already sort of decently. Hi! Alright, I need to grab this. This is my lighting. Chat, what are you doing? Why are you over there? Let's move you somewhere else. At a slight angle from me as well. I'm the boogeyman. Wait, I don't want to be grabbing that right now. quite a close camera, I guess. Although I do have the zoom. The zoom. Ugh. Where's my fizz bones? Oh, I grabbed the light. Whoops. The light point at me. Anyway, I'm not even in the correct avatar. I need to be in the test avatar. Avatars. Other. So I had to peek under the camera to see the menu. So is that the correct one? I think it's the correct one. It doesn't have gloves on it. That's because they now have a toggle on them. Okay. That's a nice position for them to be in. Clothing. Okay, moment of truth. Hell yes. Gloves. No clipping gloves. Let's second go. Right, and these ones as well. I was a little bit on that one, damn it. It's fine. We talked about this, it's fine. If I get complaints, I can rectify it. All I know is that to me, you look like lots of fun. Okay, right, so we're going to be putting the camera in some fun positions. Because we're taking photos of the gloves. Okay, so let's, like, put you there. And now I'm going to be grabbing the lens. There's the light. I'm just examining stuff. Critiquing my work. Okay, let's get the camera behavior auto level. Out here I come. That maybe? Camera's too Oh, what's a good? That's decent enough, right? Yeah, that gives a nice view of the gloves. Oh no, wait. I need to move over. You can see part of the thing. The wall. You could see part of the wall. Timer. I wasn't looking at the camera because I was too busy focusing on my hands. Eye positioning. The eternal struggle. I could just hear shouting downstairs. Surely one of those is fine. Okay. If I move around. Oh, that's interesting. Why can't the camera see them? Oh, that was weird. It's to do with like my head position in relation to the camera. That's bizarre. When my head is behind the camera, I couldn't. The camera isn't picking them up. I can see them on me. This isn't perfect, most ideal because I'm actually blocking the light. Let's turn off the auto level. Make it so you can't see my shadow. That's a pretty decent angle, actually. So while I'm there, let's get the long look. Weird, yeah. Turn the auto level back on. Behavior, auto level. No one cut the manky. Like stand back more. Is their arm length? Forearm length, I should say. Oh, I moved the camera. I'm trying to grab the controller, not the camera. Again, I'm trying to grab the controller, not the camera. Over here. Just trying to look at like what's like a good picture to like have. Except my ears. Maybe instead of posing my ears, I need to just. Oh, and now I've got a flop on. Now I've got a flop. Sure, we can go with that, right? A bit cringy, maybe. Keep oneself intact. Okay, wander over here a moment. Wing cam, let's go. Right, where's my VRC pictures? Pictures. VR chat. Today's date. Let's have a look, see. I guess that'll do. They're just gloves. Maybe I'm overthinking. Me? Overthink? That's not probable. Where am I? Yeah. Like, the funny thing is that I went to the effort to making them, but I probably wasn't going to bother putting them on my avatar. However, now that the toggle is so easy, I'm probably going to change my mind. Because the toggle is so easy. Oh my goodness, game changer. My other ear is stuck. My headset struggles to track my hands when they're on my head because obviously all the sensors are all on the front here. When you reach up to your head, it loses them a little bit. So that's why like grabbing my ear is actually kind of hard for me to do because it's like not where it can read it very well. Oh boy. Right. So there's the pictures there. Probably gonna like edit them a little bit, especially that one because that one's got like an awkward shadow that I didn't see before. gonna edit the pictures. I need to package up the file, upload it. We can check the page, check the Gumroad page. I wrote the TOS on the Gumroad page months ago at this point. And they can be uploaded, and then I guess I'll post them to the Tosca Discord. It's about to be like a model. Yeah, I mean the model Discord is still correct. Yeah. Just check things. Yeah, I think we're done with the VR side of things. Aside from, you know, how heckin' cute I look. Streaming in VR is fun. Yeah. I said before I want to do it more. Maybe if we do introduce more of a collab, like slot, I could do like a VR thing with friends. That counts. Ah. This avatar's cute, guys. Can I put my own wings on it? Well, my own wings. I didn't make the wings. The wings from another avatar. I did a kit bash! I did a kit bash! Kind of. Yeah, it's a kit bash. So cool, we can call it a kit bash. Okay, right, I actually also need to pee. Now that I'm standing upright. So, I'm probably gonna go, do that. And, when we come back, we'll be sorting out the photos and the, processing of the asset. Yeah, using, a lot. We're gonna go through a break screen is what I'm saying. That's the key thing that I'm trying to point out here. So we will do that in a sec. And I'll see you in a few minutes. Bye! Go back to our more traditional view. One moment. There we go. Okie dokie. Right, we are back. There's the music. Okie dokie, time, not long to go. That felt like it went quick today. Okay. So. Let's have a look-see. Yeah, these two where I have the shadow off to the side I don't like. That one's fine. That one's fine. I think this one is the one I like out of these. Okay, so we need to open that one. And I want to open that one. And I want to get rid of that shadow in the corner. Fur brush? Wait, no. Pen. There we go. Nice and easy on that one. Might as well grab all of these actually. Let's put that there. That there. That there. Where's my logo is the next question. Files. There, Skywolf. That's my logo. Right, I need to think of where I'm going to store these. I'm wondering if I want to store them in the Unity project. No, actually don't store them in the Unity project. Let's store them where I keep the Blender project, maybe? Arm warmers. Not properties, new. Folder, photos. We'll put them there. Copy this. be. Correction layer. The brightness a bit. Maybe not actually. Correction layer. Levels. No, I think I'm overthinking that. Ah! Hello, welcome on in. I hope you are having a very good day. I'm currently making some VR chat assets. We're just going through getting them uploaded. Let me look at the template. Have I still got the template I made for the cobble? Where are my files? Self. Hello, hello! Oh, cute emoji. Pictures, VR chat. How are you? I'm good. I am good. I hope you are well. Let me open up this. So this was the thumbnail I made for the last thing I uploaded. I should have done a transparent photo. Oh well. Okay, what if I took this glove? Oh god, that's so big. That one. And the other one. Best picture of that? Yeah, it probably is. Oops. I'm doing fine. That's lovely to hear. Maybe this one I want this way around. Also, file, save as, and we're gonna backpedal to where are we? Files. No, programs? Oh god, where do I save things? File management, not a strong suit of mine. Program files, Blender assets. Nope, not assets. Blender files. Evo Rex, arm warmers, photos, and this is going to be Evo Rex HD gloves, not arms, gloves, thumbnail, save as. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Grab that as well. Of course. Okay. Rattata. Just a simple Rattata spawned. Right, all of these cobble images I don't need, because this is not the cobble anymore. Wrong layer again. Just gonna grab that and make it a little bit bigger just so it fills that top corner. Like that. There we go, that looks quite nice. Nah, we'll just leave it. Save that. That's our thumbnail. Save duplicate PNG. Don't need that. We're gonna save as long gloves. I think this is going to be technically 2, long gloves 2. Save. File, save as. Long gloves 1, because this is the first one. File, save as. Photos. Short gloves 1. I'm finished editing this one. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Hello again momentarily. Hi, Cole. Is work going alright? photos, and this is long gloves, close. File, save as, photos, short gloves, close. Save all duplicates of these as a Clip Studio file, just in case. Let's crop this down. I feel like I'm unnecessarily keeping my wing in the shot. Oop, that's the wrong layer. Focus is not my wings, the focus is the gloves. Yes, I have wings, that is not the focus of what we are doing. Save as Clip Studio. This one I'm fine with because it's like framed nicely, if you get me. Okay. I'll just do this off screen first. Make sure there's nothing important visible. EvoRex HD, edit product. No, I don't think they're going to be £3 anymore, that sort of thing. Cover! Computer file. Nah, I'm alright.
You sure?
Yeah. Thank you for the nachos. Thank you! Ha 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 ha, I got cheesy nachos! Ah. Whoa. Oh. No, wait. I don't want that to cover, that's the thumbnail. I'm trying to not get too much cheese on my fingers. Can I change the order these appear? I don't remember, it's been a while since I did the cobble. Whoa! Oh yeah. Oh. He was correct, the bottom layer hadn't melted too well. It's still good though. Mm. Did I have a Discord link on the cobble? I didn't. Okay. Cheese. Thanks, Court. I feel like I don't need to give more of a description than that, because that is kind of just it. Fingerless gloves for the EVA Rex AG HD includes 2 set of gloves, long and short. I've been thoroughly distracted by eating these nachos. You may customize and retexture the accessories you see fit. Offer commissions to retexture these accessories, provided by parties that purchase them. I'm making it £5. You get 2 pairs. You get 2 pairs of gloves. It's £5. Especially because everybody takes their cut. Can you put gloves on at the same time? Technically, yes, but they clip through one another. Technically, yes. Give me the cheese. Ow. VRC Fury is recommended for adding to your avatar. VRC Fury. Copy that link. Don't think that's the cobble page. Link. Paste. Add link. Requires the EVA Rex HD avatar based by Tosca, not included. Not the effect I was expecting, shame. Yeah, they weren't meant with that. They weren't made with that intention. Basically, this ended up being someone wanted the long gloves, and I wanted the short gloves because that's like the gloves I wear in real life. And I didn't see the point of selling them separately. So you get them both together. Oh, fuck it, I might as well finish these. I've already eaten most of them. Mmm. Mmm. Cheers. Oh, a Hitmonchan. Oh. Time to wash my fingers. Yeah, I'm washing my hands. Yum, 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 yum. Ah, there we go. Okay. Okay. I think that is the page set up. Double check again. Yeah, okay. Why is this page different? Oh, it's the beta content editor. Nah, I'm good. Okay, let's put that over there for now. Nice one, cool. Got the Hitmonchan. I think I already have both of them. Right, let's see. So, let's rename this. Rename. So this is Evo Rex HD short gloves, and we're going to remove the whole final bones thing. This is Evo Rex HD long gloves. Remove the final bones. I'm going to create hang on. I think I do it in here. File new. Info. Gloves underscore info.txt. Drag and yeah, thank you. Onto avatar in the. I'm I'm doing a little bit of a guide here. I'm hoping that I do it okay. In the hierarchy. Drag and drop gloves of choice onto an avatar in the hierarchy. Back to looking. If you're not here when I get back, have a good day. Bye, Core. I probably won't. I hope you have a good day too. Gloves of choice onto the avatar in the hierarchy. So always back. Remember to back up your Unity projects regularly. VRC Fury. Drag and drop gloves onto avatar in the hierarchy. Select gloves. Select gloves in hierarchy. Oops, caps lock. I'm not good at writing instructions. Add components. What's the name of it? Add component VRC Fury. VRC Fury. Add feature. No, keep it on the same step. Add feature armature link. Drag and drop root bone of gloves into slot. Root bone of gloves, which is brackets chest, into slot. Select chest bone in drop down list. Remove component. Okay, I think that's correct. That's the process I did. Thank you for purchasing this product. Remember to back up your Unity projects regularly. Drag and drop gloves of choice into avatar in the hierarchy. Select gloves in the hierarchy. Add component VRC Fury. In inspector. Add component VRC Fury, add feature armature link, drag and drop the root bone of gloves, brackets chest, into slot. Select chest bone in drop down list. Save. I think that's all we need. Okay, so now time to package, I think. This is open still. Don't need that open. This is open still. Don't need this. Selecting all of these. export package, right, and there is going to be one exception. Grey. That texture is for me. Don't include dependencies. Jesus Christ, no, don't do that. I'd get in trouble for that. Don't include dependencies. So we've just got resources, accessories, fingerless gloves, gloves, underscore info.txt, long gloves, long glove FBX, long glove max, normal, pink stripes, white stripes, short gloves, beam pads, beam pad matte, texture base color, basic normal, short gloves FBX. We're not including the grey one because that one is for me. Plain, plain matte, and texture. Okay. Export. So Evo, Rex, HD, glove pack, fingerless glove pack. Fingerless glove pack. Save. Okay, moment of truth. Upload file. Can I drag and drop this? Because that would save me a lot of time. No. Computer file. Blender files. Oh god, that's not where it saved it. Desktop. Unity. Nope, not downloads. Projects. Evo HD. Assets. Where is it? Resources. Accessories. Fingerless gloves. It's saved under long gloves. Okay. Open. I didn't really drag and drop this back in. I just realised that I've organised those textures a bit weirdly from each one, but whatever. Save changes. I think that's done. Just 5. The preview. These are all on plus, so maybe I will put plus on it. The road with mistakes. I think we're done now. Okay, I'm gonna hit the button. Publish. There we go. And with that, that is a good place to end the stream, I think. We are done. The other side. And while I'm here, I'm going to remove the long gloves. Lift off the fire stunning nights, last thoughts of life by candlelight, inside the screaming satellite. I'll take a road without mistakes. Neat. I think I'm gonna upload that. We are Great Starlight Brigade.
Starlight Brigade.
You know what? I just realized that I maybe could have crunched the textures a little bit, but that's just for me. Like, I wouldn't make the it crunched by default. Okay. I'm not gonna load at VR chat now. I've put all the stuff away for a start. Oh, I did crunch it. Nice. Well, I'm gonna crunch it some more, shall we say. Woo! Copy. guess I'll just post this here. Okay, I think that is us done. And we can end the stream there. We got them finished. I'll need to do a bunch of promoting for them, but that can come later because for now, I'm gonna go hang out with my friends. So I hope everybody has a good day, and I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Bye!